Hello fellow happy crocheters. Today in this video I'll be telling you how to crochet a top down mesh top. The measurements and the instructions given in this video is for size M, but feel free to use a hook size smaller or a hook size bigger, a couple of hook sizes bigger to crochet for yourself. The pattern stays the same for every size. So let's begin. So to begin, you need to chain 100. So once you have chained 100, now place a slip stitch into the first chain, making sure your chain is not twisted. Row 1, I am not counting this first stitch or this first chain where I just placed the slip stitch. So skipping this first chain, I will count chain 14. So skipping the first chain, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. So I will place a stitch marker into this 14th chain. I have placed my stitch marker into the 14th chain. Now I'll count the next 20 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now into this 20th chain, I'll place a stitch marker again. Then I'll count the next 30 chains. So 1, 2, 3. So into this 30th chain, I'll place another stitch marker. Then I'll count the next 20 chains. 1, 2, 3. So here I am on my 20th chain and place a stitch marker into the 20th chain. So that's it. So here, as you can see, I have 4 stitch markers. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we get the 4 corners. So for next row, begin with chain 4. This chain 4 is 1 treble crochet plus chain 1. So now I'll skip the next chain, and into the next chain I'll place a treble crochet. So to place the treble crochet, yarn over twice, slip your hook into the assigned stitch, pull off a loop. Now yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops, and yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. So that's how I placed my treble crochet. Then chain 1, skip the next stitch, and into the next stitch place a treble crochet. Chain 1, skip the next stitch, and into the next place a treble crochet. Chain 1, skip the next stitch, and into the next place a treble crochet. Chain 1. So you have to keep on repeating this pattern of placing a treble crochet. Chain 1, skip the next chain, treble crochet into the next chain, chain 1, skip the next chain, and a treble crochet into the next chain, chain 1. You have to keep on repeating this pattern till you reach the stitch marker chain, and then I'll tell you what to do there. So you can see I have placed my treble crochet, chain 1, and in between this treble crochet chain and this stitch marker stitch, I have one chain here in between. So I am going to skip this chain 1 that is in between the stitch marker chain and the treble crochet stitch. Into this stitch marker chain, I'll place a treble crochet, chain 1 and a treble crochet. So let me just take this out. One treble crochet, chain 1, one more treble crochet into the same chain. So one corner is formed, chain 1, skip this next chain and into the next chain place a treble crochet. Then place the chain 1, skip the next chain and into the next place a treble crochet. Chain 1, skip the next chain and place a treble crochet. So keep on repeating this pattern till you reach the next stitch marker stitch. So I am near to this stitch marker stitch. You can see between this stitch marker chain and my treble crochet stitch, I have one chain left. I'm going to skip this chain 1 in between these two. I'm going to skip this and place a treble crochet, chain 1 and a treble crochet into this stitch marker chain. So one treble crochet, chain 1. Let me open this stitch marker now. And one more treble crochet into the same chain. So that's how I form the second corner. Now I'm going to skip the next chain and into the next place a treble crochet. Chain 1, to skip the next chain and into the next I'll place a treble crochet. Chain 1, then skip the next chain and into the next place a treble crochet and chain 1. So keep on repeating this pattern till you reach the stitch marker stitch. So into this stitch marker stitch, I'm gonna place a treble crochet, chain 1 and treble crochet to form my next corner. And into the stitch marker chain, place these following stitches. So a treble crochet, chain 1 and a treble crochet all into this stitch marker chain. Then a chain 1. So I'm going to skip this very next chain. So don't get confused, only this chain has grown bigger. So the next chain is hiding behind it, so that's the next chain. Then I'm gonna skip this next chain and into the next I'll place a treble crochet. Chain 1, skip the next chain, into the next place a treble crochet. Chain 1. So keep on repeating this pattern of placing a treble crochet, then a chain 1, skip the next chain and a treble crochet into the next and chain 1 till you reach the next stitch marker stitch. So here I have reached near to the stitch marker chain. I'm gonna skip the next chain and into the stitch marker chain I'll create my corner, that is a treble crochet, chain 1 and the treble crochet all into the same chain. then place a chain 1. Okay, so I'm gonna skip this next chain, which is again hiding behind this bigger chain. So okay, so that's the next chain, and into the next place a treble crochet, chain 1, then skip the next chain and into the next place treble crochet and chain 1. Now you have to continue doing this pattern till we have reached the end of this round. In the end of the round, I am left with one more chain. I'm gonna skip that chain and place a slip stitch into the third chain. So let's begin with the next round. So this next round will be actually the repetition round. So remember the instruction of this round as it's the most important, because you have to keep on repeating this round till you have reached your yoke part. That means till you have reached your underarms or you are satisfied with your yoke part. So for the next round, chain 4, 1 2 3 and 4. So this chain 4 is assumed as a treble crochet and a chain 1. So turn your work. Now place a treble crochet into the treble crochet stitch. Then chain 1, place a treble crochet into the next treble crochet stitch. Chain 1, treble crochet into the next treble crochet stitch. Chain 1. So you have to keep on repeating, placing this pattern of a treble crochet into the treble crochet stitch, chain 1, then a treble crochet into the treble crochet stitch, chain 1, till you have reached your corner. I have reached the first corner. I'm going to place a treble so I'm going to place a treble crochet into the first treble crochet stitch of this corner. Then a chain 1, then place a treble crochet, chain 1, treble crochet into this chain 1 space of the corner. So I am creating the corner stitch in this corner, chain 1 corner. Chain 1, one more treble crochet into the same chain 1 space. Then a chain 1, place a treble crochet into the next treble crochet stitch of this corner. Chain 1, and the pattern repeats, the usual pattern of the mesh stitch repeats. Place a treble crochet into the next treble crochet stitch. Chain 1, then a treble crochet into the next treble crochet stitch. Chain 1. So keep on repeating this pattern of placing a treble crochet into the treble crochet stitch, chain 1, till you have reached the next corner. So I have reached the next corner. Gonna place a treble crochet into this first treble crochet stitch of the corner. Chain 1, create a corner into this chain 1 space. So that is the treble crochet, chain 1 and a treble crochet all into the chain 1 space. Then a chain 1, place a treble crochet into the next treble crochet stitch of this corner stitch. chain 1, place a treble crochet into the next treble crochet stitch, chain 1. So keep on repeating this pattern of placing a treble crochet into the treble crochet stitch and a chain 1 till you reach the next corner. I have reached the corner. I'm gonna place a treble crochet into the first treble crochet stitch of the corner, chain 1, place a treble crochet, chain 1, treble crochet into this chain 1 space of the corner, chain 1, place a treble crochet into the second treble crochet stitch, I don't blah blah blah. So place a treble crochet into the second treble crochet stitch of this corner, chain 1, place a treble crochet into the next treble crochet stitch, chain 1. So keep on repeating this pattern of placing a treble crochet into the next treble crochet stitch and the chain 1 till you reach the next corner. Here I have reached near the corner. I'm gonna place a treble crochet into this first treble crochet stitch, chain 1. So create a corner into this chain 1 space, that is a treble crochet, chain 1 and a treble crochet all into the same space. Then chain 1, place a treble crochet into the second treble crochet stitch of this corner, chain 1, place a treble crochet into the next treble crochet stitch, chain 1. Now keep on repeating this pattern of placing a treble crochet and a chain 1 till you reach the end of this round. End of this round, place a slip stitch into the third chain. So for the next rows, you just have to repeat the pattern of this row till you reach the yoke part for yourself. So if you have any doubt occurs in between creating the next row, do rewind the video and watch the instruction of this row again. That's completely the same. You have to keep on repeating for the next rows till you have reached required height of your yoke. And yes, don't forget to turn your work after every beginning chain 4, then turn your work. Okay, so I'll see you then in the end of our yoke. So my yoke is almost complete. So as I went down with proceeding with the rows, it made increase in every rows. So now how to know if your yoke fits you well? So here I have attached the corners temporarily with the stitch marker. You can try it on, and if it fits you well, then you are free to go for the next rows. So let's remove these stitch markers. To continue, chain 4, turn your work. So place a treble crochet into the next stitch, chain 1, treble crochet into the next stitch, chain 1. You have to keep on placing a treble crochet into the next stitch and the chain 1 till you reach the corner, and then I'll say you what to do. Here I have reached the corner. I'm gonna place a treble crochet into the first treble crochet stitch of this corner stitch, chain 1, then yarn over twice around your hook. Slip your hook into this chain 1 space of this corner stitch, then leave the following stitches, all the stitches, till you reach the next corner. It's here. Okay, so now I'm going to slip my hook into the chain 1 space of this next corner and complete my treble crochet. Then chain 1. So that's how I join the two corners to form the sleeves. So now place a treble crochet into the second treble crochet stitch of this corner. So that's the first corner, that's the second corner. Chain 1, place a treble crochet into the next treble crochet stitch, chain 1, treble crochet into the next treble crochet stitch, chain 1. So keep on placing the stitches till you reach the next corner, and we'll join it again there. So when you reach the corner, place a treble crochet stitch into the first treble crochet of the corner, chain 1, yarn over twice, slip your hook into the chain 1 space of the corner, then get the next corner. So this, and now slip your hook into the chain 1 space of the next corner, and complete your treble crochet. Then chain 1. So now place a treble crochet into the second treble crochet stitch of this corner, chain 1, place a treble crochet stitch into the next stitch, chain 1, place a treble crochet stitch into the next treble crochet stitch, chain 1. So keep on placing a treble crochet stitch into the next treble crochet stitch and a chain 1 till the end of this row. In the round end, place a slip stitch into the third chain. For the next row, chain 4, turn your work, place the treble crochet into the next treble crochet stitch, chain 1, treble crochet into the next treble crochet stitch, chain 1, treble crochet into the next treble crochet stitch, chain 1. So keep on repeating this pattern till the end of this round. In the end of the round, place a slip stitch into the third chain. Now you have to keep on repeating this row unless you are satisfied with the height of your top. So that's the repeating row. Let me show you again. Simply place a chain 4 that we have been doing from the very first. Turn your work, place a treble crochet into the next treble crochet stitch and a chain 1. So you just have to keep repeating this, placing a treble crochet into the treble crochet stitch and a chain 1 till the end of the round. And when you reach the end of the round, place a slip stitch and continue with the same row pattern till you are satisfied with the height of your top. So once you are done with the body of this top, so here you can decide whether to keep it a crop top or you have to make it a long top. So once you are done with that length of the body of the top, let's give it the finishing touch. Now you have to check if your row has ended on the right side of your top or the wrong side. So this you can check here in the beginning in the neckline. So here you can see the chains. Right from these chains you can know if it's the right side or wrong side. So that's the wrong side and that's the right side. So if you have ended a row on the right side, then you can continue working the next row without turning it. So if you have finished your end row in the wrong side, either make one more row or you can just place a chain 1 then turn your work. For me, I have finished my end row on the wrong side. Okay, I'll just place a chain 1 then turn my work, then just keep on placing 2 single crochets into this space, chain 1 space. Okay, so 2 single crochet into the first space, then 2 single crochet into the next space. So it's very easy, just keep on placing 2 single crochet into each and every space till the end of your round. End of the row, then instead of a slip stitch, just take this out. So I'll be making the invisible slip stitch. Just slip your hook into the first stitch and grab the yarn bag, and then slip your hook from the back loop so that your hook comes from between these front and back loops of the last stitch, then grab the yarn bag. So like that I made a invisible stitch. Okay, so now everything looks so uniform that there is no mark of slip stitch. Okay, so then you can just hide this yarn end, and then I'll make a edging for the necklines too. So let's begin with that. So for the sleeves, for the edging of the sleeves, you can do the exactly what we did for this bottom part. So placing 2 single crosses into each and every space, and you can begin from here the underarms. So I'll just show you. Then keep on placing 2 single crosses into each and every space till the end of this round. Okay, so keep on placing 2 single crosses into each and every space till the end, and then here is either you can place a normal slip stitch as we do, or you can choose for the invisible slip stitch for both the arms, and I'll show you how to place the edging for the neckline. And then keep on placing 2 single crochet into the same space, making sure you are working over the yarn ends, both the yarn ends. So moving to the next space, 2 single crochet, so I'll keep on placing 2 single crosses into each and every chain 1 space. So here you just have to note something. So you will get 4 corners like this, like in from one chain I have placed 2 treble crosses and a chain 1. So here what I'll do, okay, so into this space I place 2 single crochet. Now into the space just before this corner I'll place 1 single crochet, and I'll place 1 single crochet into the next space just after the corner. Okay, then the next place I'll keep on placing 2 single crosses till I reach the next corner, where I'm gonna place 1 single crochet just before and the after space of the corner. Okay, so I hope it's clear. So what stitches you have to place? So 2 single crosses into the chain 1 space, but into the before and after space of the corner you have to place 1 single crochet. That's it. So keep on placing these stitches till you reach the end of the round. So in the end of the round I will again use the invisible slip stitch technique. So it's done. Now I'll just hide this yarn end. Do let me know how do you like this super easy mess top. So see you in my next video. Till then, goodbye.